Hey everyone, this is video number 5 in the series of time and work, and I'm going to be solving these kind of problems in this video. जहां पे कुछ लोग काम शुरू करते हैं, फिर वो छोड़ के चले जाते हैं, फिर कोई और आता है, फिर काम को पूरा करता है, and so forth and so on. So let us get started and try to solve this very first question out here. If you have not seen video number 1, please go and watch it because this is where I have developed the understanding of LCM method. और इस वीडियो के सारे क्वेश्चन मैं LCM मेथड से एक दो तीन लाइन में करने की कोशिश करूंगा, राइट? सो लेट अस गेट स्टार्टेड एंड रीड दिस वन. इट सेज दैट A can do a piece of work in 15 days whereas B can do the same piece of work in 10 days, right? And B has started the work. B ने काम को शुरू किया अकेले और B ने अकेले 8 दिन तक काम किया. And the problem is A can finish the remaining work in how many days? So what did I say in LCM method? Step number 1, you should be taking LCM of days that are mentioned to you in the problem, which is 15 and 10, which is coming out as 30. And this 30 I'm going to be taking as my entire work. So my work is going to be 30 units. Pretty simple. That I can do without even writing things. अपने दिमाग में ये वाले स्टेप तो लगाए जा सकते हैं. Now let us find out what is going to be the per day work of A. A is completing the entire 30 units in 15 days. So what is going to be per day work of A? So this is coming out as 2 units per day. Is that okay with you? A does 2 units per day. And if you find out how many units B is going to be completing per day, because B will have to be completing this entire work in how many days? 10 days, and hence B certainly is completing 3 units per day. Now what is going to happen now? It says that B has started the work. So let B start the work and B works upon it for 8 days. तो अगर B ने 8 दिन काम किया, and what is the rate of B? B does 3 units per day, and if B is working for 8 days, B is going to be completing how many days? 24 units, isn't it? On its own, when A is not even involved, तो B ने कितना काम finish कर दिया? 24 units. Now, what is going to be the remaining work then? If B has already completed 24 units, so I would say that remaining work is, भाई काम जितना बचा पहले उतना भी तो देखेंगे. So the entire work that we had taken was 30 units, and 24 units B has already completed in 8 days. So the units that we are left with is 6 units. And as per the problem, who is going to be completing the remaining work? A is going to be completing the remaining work. और A का rate है क्या? A is doing 2 units per day, right? So if A is going to be completing 2 units per day and A will have to finish 6 units, how many days do you think A is going to be taking to finish 6 units? It is 3. So काम कितने दिन में खत्म हो गया? 3 days में. Now understand this. If you go in an examination, probably ये सारा का सारा जो step मैंने लिखा है यहाँ पे step by step, you should not even be writing this. You should have a thorough practice. 10 क्वेश्चन 20 क्वेश्चन जाते जाते इतनी प्रैक्टिस होनी चाहिए कि आप ये वाली वैल्यू और ये वाली वैल्यू, सिर्फ 3 वैल्यूज आप अपने दिमाग में सोचो या कुछ पेन पे उठा के 1 लाइन 2 लाइन में लिख लो, राइट? So if you understand this, let us get started. Pause this video, try to solve this question on your own. It says that A, B and C can separately do the work in 12, 15 and 20 days respectively, right? They started the work together, but C left after 2 days. The remaining work is going to be completed by B and C because they together are starting the work. So what I'm going to do, my step number 1, I'm going to be taking LCM of 12 and 15 and 20, and this is coming out as 60. LCM is going to be in the table of 20, so think in the table of the highest number. 20 के बाद क्या है? 40. 40 is not divisible by these two numbers. 60 it is divisible by 12 and 15 also, and hence 60 is the LCM. तो पेन उठाने की जरूरत होनी नहीं चाहिए वैसे आपको LCM निकालने के लिए. What is going to be the step number 2? Step number 2, you need to find out individual rates. Since A is completing this entire work in 12 days, I'm going to be finding out how many units A will be doing per day. So that comes out as what? 5 units per day. Did you understand this? Did you understand this? And I would also be finding out how many units B is doing per day. So which is coming out as 15. So this is 4 units per day. And how about C? If C does this entire work in 20 days, C is going to be completing 3 units per day. So the LCM should be taken as the entire work, and then you should be finding out their individual rates per day, kitna kitna kaam karenge, and then you go back to the problem and say what is this problem talking about. They started the work together. तो इसका मतलब है इन तीनों ने काम को शुरू किया, और अगर तीनों ने काम को शुरू किया तो A and B and C collectively are doing how many units a day? So this is coming out as 5 plus 4 plus 3. If you add them up, do not you think you are going to get 12 units? 12 units per day. Is that okay? And they are doing 12 units per day, and problem says that they started the work and for 2 days nobody goes away. So A, B and C started the work, but C ने काम को छोड़ा 2 दिन के बाद. तो 2 दिन तो ये सारे के सारे तीनों काम करेंगे. So in 2 days they will complete 12 into 2, which is 24 units. So out of 60 units, 24 units have already been completed. Now C is gone. और अगर C चला गया, आप ऐसे देखो ना, और अगर C भाई साहब चले गए तो हुआ क्या यहां पे? You are left with B and A and B, whatever you want to say. So A and B are doing what? 5 plus 4, 9 units a day, isn't it? But C is gone. So A and B collectively will be doing 9 units per day. And what is the remaining work? The remaining work out here is out of 60 units, 24 units have been completed by all the 3 in 2 days. So the work that you're left with is 36 units. And A and B are doing 9 units per day. Pen उठना नहीं चाहिए, 4 दिन आंसर आ जाना चाहिए. So what is going to be A and B collectively, if they will have to finish 36 units at the rate of 9 units per day, they are going to be taking 4 days to complete the work. So in how many days the remaining work is going to be completed? The remaining work is going to be completed in 4 days. As simple as that. है ना simple ये. LCM मेथड बड़ा सिंपल होता है. अगर आप इसको एक बार प्रैक्टिस कर लो ना, तो फिर आप कॉम्प्लिकेटेड से कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रॉब्लम इससे सिंप्लीफाई कर सकते हो. सो नाउ if you're understanding this one, let us get started and try to simplify this one. I hope you would be able to do this on your own. Pause the video, try to solve this question on your own. मैं ही लगाता रहूंगा तो कोई फायदा है नहीं है. Now, A can do a piece of work in 10 days, B can do it in 15 days, and C can do it in 20 days. The moment I come to know of these numbers, the first thing that I should be doing, I should find out LCM of these 3 numbers, which is coming out as 60. So my work is going to be this LCM, which is 60 units, right? Now, what is my second step? I should be finding out what is their individual rates. So A is doing this entire 60 units in 10 days. So A is going to be completing 6 units per day. How about B? B is doing this entire work in 15 days. So it is going to be 4 units a day. So it's kind of ritual that you will have to perform in every problem, isn't it? And C can do this entire work in 20 days. So C does 3 units per day. Now let us go back to the problem. अब problem कुछ ना कुछ तो condition बोलेगा. Problem ने बोला कि A and C together work together for 2 days. So how many units A and C are doing, by the way? How many units A and C are doing? A and C collectively are doing 6 plus 3, 9 units a day, 9 units per day. So how many units they would be doing in 2 days? 18 units. So in 2 days, they are going to be doing 9 into 2, which is 18 units. बनी बात आपकी? Now, अब वो प्रॉब्लम बोलता है कि now A was replaced by B. So A and C are not working. Now B and C are working. So first of all, we should be finding out what is going to be the remaining work. What is the remaining work? So we took 60 units as the entire work. A and C collectively did 18 units in 2 days. So the units that we are left with is 42 units. And now B and C. Now look at B and C. B and C collectively are doing how many units? 7 units a day. B does 4 units a day, whereas C does 3 units a day. So collectively they are doing 7 units a day. Now, in order to complete 42 units, how many days they are going to be taking? So, in order to complete 42 units at the rate of 7 units per day, they should be taking 6 days. काम खत्म हो गया. अब आपसे प्रॉब्लम क्या पूछा गया? In how many days all together was the work completed? अगर यहां पे आपने 6 आंसर मार्क कर दिया तो प्रॉब्लम हो गया गलत. You will not be getting the answer for the right answer. क्योंकि यहां पे पूछा क्या जा रहा है? यहां पे पूछा जा रहा है कि in totality the entire work was completed in how many days? So remember this, A and C also worked for 2 days, right? And then B and C are completing this work in 6 days. So 6 plus 2, the right answer of this problem is going to be 8 days. Please be mindful. Students last moment पे जाके बड़ी छोटी सी गलती करते हैं और उनको नेगेटिव नंबर मिल जाते हैं. और आपने इतना सारा एफर्ट किया, प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व किया, बट लास्ट मोमेंट पे आप गड़बड़ कर गए. सो यू हैव टू रीड दिस प्रॉब्लम वेरी केयरफुली. इन हाउ मेनी डेज all together was the work completed? So 2 days A and C worked upon it, and then for 6 days B and C worked upon it. So collectively work was done in 8 days, right? Now, if you understand this, let us solve this problem out here. What does this one say? A and B can do a piece of work in 30 days while B and C can do in. So you see, I am trying to solve all the problems by using LCM method. And the beauty of utilizing LCM method is you are always dealing with numbers, integers. कोई भी fraction के साथ आपकी dealing नहीं होने वाली. So A and B can do in 30 days. So I'm gonna take LCM. LCM of what values? 30 and then 24 and then 20. If you see, I will have to find out LCM in the table of 30. 30 के बाद में 60. 60 even though it's divisible by 20, but it is not divisible by 24, so this cannot be the LCM. And then 90 cannot be the LCM because neither of these two numbers are divisible. And then the next number 120. Is 120 divisible by 24? Yes. Is 120 divisible by 20? Yes. So what is going to be the LCM? 120. क्या पेन उठाने की जरूरत पड़नी चाहिए हमें? नहीं. So 120 is coming out as LCM. So once you have found out the LCM, what is your next step? You would say that what is going to be your total work. So total work is going to be written as 120 units. And what is your next step? You should be finding out what is their individual rates. तो अब अगर निकालना हुआ कि A ने एक दिन में कितना काम किया, अच्छा A वाला नहीं दे रहा है, इसने तो ये बोला ना कि A and B can do in 30 days. So I would find out for A and B. Since A and B are completing 120 units in 30 days, so I would say that they are completing 4 units a day. Similarly, B and C can do in 24 days. So 120 over 24. I hope you're getting this. And then C and A, they are doing these 120 units in how many days? 20 days. So C and A collectively will be doing 6 units per day. Now let us go back to the problem. What problem is talking about? It says that they all worked for 10 days. तो पहले तो आपको, you might have seen video number 4. They all are gonna be working. अब करेंगे क्या यहाँ पे? If you see, if I try to add these two, so A plus A, it is going to be 2 times of, and then it is also going to be 2 times of B plus 2 times of C, because I need to find out what is going to be the collective units that all the 3 are working in one day. So this is 4 plus 5 plus 6, that is coming out as 15. So can we find out what is going to be their per day work? So if you take 2 common out of it, it is coming out as A plus B plus C, which is coming out as 15 by 2 and that comes out as 7.5 units per day. बनी बात आपकी. And all of them are working for 10 days. So in 10 days, they would be doing how many units? In 10 days, they are going to be doing 7.5 into 10. 75 units is done. And since 75 units have been completed, we will have to find out how many units are still remaining. So remaining work is going to be 120 minus 75, which is coming out as 45 units. अब ये 45 यूनिट्स हमारे को करना है. अब प्रॉब्लम में आपके पास कंडीशन क्या थी? कंडीशन में कुछ तो भी बोला गया. क्या बोला गया? When B and C leave. अब B और C दोनों चले गए, और क्योंकि B और C दोनों चले गए, हमारे को यह पता करना होगा कि A अकेले कितना यूनिट काम करता है. So in order to find this one, understand, it's pretty simple for you to find out. You already have an understanding that A, B and C, they collectively can do 7.5 units per day, isn't it? And out of this, you also understand, because the value of B and C is given to you as 5. So this value, B and C are doing 5 units per day. So how many units A is going to be doing per day? Now we can find it out, which is 2.5 units. Did you understand this? So A does 2.5 units per day, and A will have to complete the remaining work, which is 45 units. और अगर A को 45 units करना ही है at the rate of 2.5 units per day, what do you think is the answer? 18 days, काम खत्म हो गया. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या पूछा गया? प्रॉब्लम पे भी ध्यान से देख लेते हैं. प्रॉब्लम बोलता है how many days more will A take to finish the work? So the remaining work is 45 units, and in order to finish this remaining work, A at the rate of 2.5 units per day is taking 18 days to finish the answer. So what is going to be the answer? Option number A, which is 18. I hope you're getting the answer. So इसमें जो नई चीज थी ना, वो ये था कि वीडियो नंबर 4 में एक आपने सीखा था कि A, B, C collectively, when the values of A and B, B and C, and C and A are given, how would we find out what is going to be the per day work of A, B and C? If you add them up, all the three, you would find it out, right? चलो जी. और अगर आपको ये समझ में आता है, और दिस वन इज रियली सिंपल, यू कैन सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन इन 2 लाइन्स. लोगों को मैंने इस प्रॉब्लम को आधे पेज में लगाते हुए देखा है, तो इसको आप ना एकदम पॉज करके बड़े आराम से लगाओ, फिर यहां पे देखो कि मैं इसको 2 लाइन में कैसे कर लेता हूं. व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? प्रॉब्लम सेज दैट A completes 7/10 of work in 15 days, right? Then he completes the remaining work with the help of B in 4 days. So you see, you already have done 7/10. So I would say that the remaining work is going to be nothing but 1 minus 7/10. भाई यही हुआ ना? 3/10 of the work is the remaining work, and if 3/10 of the work is to be done, it says that then he completes the remaining work with the help of B in 4 days. So I'm going to say this, A and B are doing 3/10 of the work in how many days? 4 days. And the problem is asking you the time required for A and B collectively to finish the work. Understand this. A and B collectively, if they can do 3/10 of the work in these many days, entire work is going to be completed in how many days? So this is coming out as what? 40/3. 40/3 का मतलब कितना हो गया? 13.33. यही आएगा ना? इसको आपको या तो ऐसे लिख दो 13/1/3, या तो आप इसको ऐसे लिख दो. ऑप्शन नंबर डी इज द राइट आंसर. Isn't it way too simple? 7/10 of the work is done by A. ठीक है जी. How much work is to be done? 3/10 of the work. And problem tells you that 3/10 of the work is being done by A and B collectively in 4 days. तो भाई 3/10 अगर 4 days में किया, तो पूरा का पूरा काम कितने दिन में किया? Isn't it simple for you to find out? अब इसको कॉम्प्लिकेटेड क्यों करना है हमारे को? ये थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, एक दो लाइन ये लगेगा. सो इफ यू हैव दैट अंडरस्टैंडिंग, इसको यहां पे आप यूटिलाइज करो. देखो ये कैसे आप लगा सकते हो. दिस प्रॉब्लम सेज दैट A does 4/5 of the work in 20 days, right? He then calls B and they together. So I would say that पहले तो remaining work हमारे को पता होना चाहिए ना. If somebody has done 4/5, what is the remaining work? 1 negative 4/5, which is 1/5 of the work बचा करने को. अब इसमें तो कोई रॉकेट साइंस है नहीं है कि हमारे को 1/5 कैसे निकल के आ गया. अब वो कह रहा है कि he then calls B and together they finish the remaining work in 3 A and B. They are doing 1/3 of the, not 1/3, 1/5 of the work. क्या ये इतना पेन चलना चाहिए? मैं तो बोर्ड पे समझाने के लिए भले ही लिख दूं, बट एग्जाम में आपका इतना पेन चलना चाहिए क्या? नहीं चलना चाहिए. 1/5 of the work is being done by A and B together in 3 days. So in how many days they together are going to be completing the entire work? The entire work is going to be completed by these two individuals in 15 days. by 15 days तक लगा के रखते तो ये पूरा का पूरा काम फिनिश कर देते. अच्छा, अब प्रॉब्लम ये बोला जा रहा है कि B अकेले काम को कितने दिन में करेगा. Now understand, can we find out in how many days A alone can finish the work? A के लिए वहां पे कंडीशन क्या देके रखा हुआ है? A does 4/5 of the work in how many days? 20 days. So in how many days A is going to be completing the entire work? Pretty simple for us to find out. So A is going to be completing the entire work in 20 into 5/4. If you simplify, this is coming out as 25 days. अब प्रॉब्लम हो गया सिंपल, क्योंकि अब प्रॉब्लम में क्या हो गया कि A and B collectively are doing the entire work in 15 days, whereas A does the entire work in 25 days. And the problem is asking you to find out if B is working alone, in how many days B is going to be completing the work. लगा दो आप LCM मेथड इस पे. अगर लगा दिया तो आंसर आ जाएगा. What is that you should be doing? You should be taking out LCM. LCM of what? LCM of these two values. And if you take out LCM, it's pretty simple for you to find out 25 and 15. So you should be looking out for LCM in the table of 25. 25 के बाद में 50. It is not divisible by 15. And then 75, which is divisible. So LCM is going to be 75. Now, the total work that we should be taking is 75 units. Pretty simple for us to find out. What is going to be the rate of A? A finishes the entire work in 25 days, and hence A would be doing 3 units per day. 3 units per day. Whereas A and B collectively will be doing, see, 5 units per day. I don't even have to give you the explanation. आप समझ में आ रहा होगा आपको. और अगर क्योंकि A and B 5 यूनिट करते हैं, A and B 5 यूनिट करता है, उसमें से तो 3 यूनिट किसने कर दिया? उसमें से 3 यूनिट किसने कर दिया? A ने कर दिया. So how many units B will be doing? B will be doing 2 units per day. 2 units per day. Isn't it simple? And what is the total work that we have taken? We have taken total work as 75. And B at the rate of 2 units per day, how many days you think B will be taking to finish the work? 75 by 2, which is coming out as 37.50 days. Do we have an option 37.50 days? Yes. प्रॉब्लम है सिंपल. ये मेरे लिखने में हो सकता है बड़ा दिख रहा हो, बट अगर आप लगाओगे ना तो ये प्रॉब्लम 4-5 लाइन से ज्यादा बनता ही नहीं है, राइट? अगर एग्जाम में लिखना हुआ तो फिर तो दिस वन इज रियली वेरी सिंपल. नाउ let us solve this one will be solved. So this is what I had in this video. In the next video I'm going to be solving how you're going to be handling these kind of problems. And ये तो हो गया ना कि A ने काम को 3 दिन करके खत्म कर दिया, बट एक प्रॉब्लम तब आती है जब आपसे ये पूछा जाता है कि A leaves the work 3 days before the completion. अब मेरे को ये पता कि कैसे चलेगा कि काम कितने दिन में खत्म होगा, और उसमें से भी 3 दिन पहले A ने काम छोड़ दिया. So these are the statements जो प्रॉब्लम को थोड़े कॉम्प्लिकेटेड करते हैं. तो हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग को और इनहांस करने के लिए we should be able to solve these kind of problems, which is going to be my agenda in video number 6. Till then, bye bye and take care, and thank you very much for watching this one. I'm gonna see you in video number 6. Thank you very much.